All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what's going on in Delphi? It's got to be the worst court camp tailgate party I've ever seen. Unbelievable. They ain't even got food cooking out there. They ain't even got concession stands set up out there. No barbecue pits out there. These people, obviously, if this case was in Chicago, we would have had a full spread. These people know nothing of anything of tailgating, court camping, anything. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. But, I totally forgot. Today is Veterans Day, so I'm going to do a video here real quick. I ran into town thinking everything was open and nothing's open. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought, what is going on? And it's Veterans Day. I'm like, oh, son of a, I totally forgot. So I will be doing a video here real quick. I was supposed to have some stuff to do at a lady's house today, but I totally forgot. It's goddamn holiday, Veterans Day. So I might postpone that till tomorrow. But nothing's going on in Delphi. I think it's going to be a while, ladies and gentlemen, before we get any kind of verdict. Uh, they're doing their job. They're taking their time. And that's good, right? They want to make sure they get the right guy. Uh, do I think he'll be convicted? Yes. Why? Because that's the only guy they got locked up right now. And they, like I said, they wouldn't have made this mistake. They wouldn't have let it go on so long. Why? Because that's more money they're going to have to pay Richard Allen if he was innocent. So if they had any kind of inkling that it was not Richard Allen in the Delphi case, I do believe by now they would have dumped him on the street um, and got rid of him out of so they don't get sued for the crap. But they have something on Richard Allen that none of us know. So, and now there is talk. Uh, some of these people saying that there was more involved. Well, probably right. They're not taking in the big picture of that area and the pedos around that area and the people. You know, like I said, there's 5 different Richard Allens. Right? You got Duval. He was friends with the family. Well, he wasn't. They're saying he wasn't friends, but Jimmy Duval, he was working with Tony Klein. Um, you got all these guys that looked like Richard Allen. Right? From a distance, they all look like Richard Allen. If they would have went ahead, and the thing is they must have a picture of Richard Allen, crystal clear, on that phone when he gets right up to him, and that's the sealed deal right there, right? Because we really can't tell 100 feet away from a video stopped and then a photo taken from that. So they must have footage where they can see right up close, hey, that's Richard Allen, right? Maybe he is demonically possessed and other people are coming through his body or his face or whatever. But that's Richard Allen. So we really don't know, right? We're just you know watching the case just like everyone else. For some reason, his phone is missing from 2017. Now, whatever happened to that phone is mysterious. But I can tell you what, I don't know. I can't believe this court camping in the front of the courthouse. There's no food out there, there's no concession stands. There ain't nothing out there. If you would have called us, I would have made a call to Patilio's beef sandwiches, had them bring out a truck. These people know nothing of. I'm telling you, if this was in Chicago, you would have had brats, Italian sausages, meatballs, beef sandwiches, taco. There would have been a whole spread out there. I don't know, this younger generation, they don't know what they're doing. I'm not seeing no tents on the front of the courtyard. They just don't know how to do things right. It's probably, if you guys want a tailgate, court gate, watch us Chicago people. We know how to do things out there. But let's get back to the madness, right? I'm shocked the court is open. Why are the banks closed? But the courts are open. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Could you say that's kind of weird? I would say that's kind of weird. All I know is we want the main brain. Richard Allen is just a peon amongst these groups of people we want to get a hold of. He's just a peon. We want the main brain. And there is a main brain. There is someone that these people taking orders from or doing this for. Whatever club or whatever it is. But come on, you guys get it together out there with the these. You know, they should have called in food trucks and everything. I'll tell you what, folks. There ain't nobody in Delphi. Everybody cleared out just about it. It's dead. That whole town is dead. It's like 8:30 in the morning, 9, 10 o'clock or so. There ain't nobody around there. But you have to remember, it's a holiday. It's a holiday, so there ain't gonna be nobody around there. There wasn't nobody around there when it wasn't a holiday. So yeah, everyone's staying away because there was threats to get rid of Richard Allen and possibly the judge or whatever, and people going crazy. This should have been a Supreme Court case or moved out of the state. Uh, and to be honest, they should have brought people in from other states to investigate the case. They should have never kicked the FBI off. I think Cowboy, the FBI head chalant down there in Indiana that was running that, I do believe he's the same guy that we seen in Idaho 4 case. Uh, that got out of the van and went into the house with a bunch of people and then came back out. What's going on? I don't know. Maybe they got something. Maybe they got a lead on something and connecting it to a big giant group of people that were. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But we got so many cases. Good morning, Miss Oldenbeck. Happy Veterans Day. We got so many people involved in this case, so many lookalikes of Richard Allen. It's not funny, right? It ain't. I don't. It's just it's crazy. But somebody get these people some food out there. This is who taught these people how to cork can. It's very obvious they have no idea what they're doing. They should have heaters out there, portable generators, uh, barbecue pits. You got to do everything in this country. That's what I don't know. This younger generation. I don't know. I wish they get their acts together though. I really do. Yes, I'm back. It's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. I'm not a veteran, but happy Veterans Day. I totally forgot that Veterans Day was today. I totally forgot. I went to bed early last night. I think I jumped in bed about, I think it was 2 or 2:30. I've been under attack myself from all this crap, so I don't know whose crap they sent. Send it back. Concentration. Bird down. No food for the delphis tonight because they don't know how to camp on a courtyard. Yeah. Now, I'm going to let you folks down there know in Delphi, Indiana, that are out there camping or sitting out on the front of my courtyard. Do not dirty my streets. And do not dirty my my courtyard yard. I pay. I don't like people messing up my yards. That's when the Italian comes out of me, when you start messing with my garden and my yard. I know I'm such a military guy that we have tracked every single location of every single one of you people that have been inside my chat. Good luck. Good luck. You might want to take cover. So you might want to take cover. No, this is a tough case, man. There's a lot of people involved. It's a big ring. We are going to make it a big ring. We already connected the dots. I'm sorry you people went to law school, you went to college, and some idiot dropout with a disability solved the case 3 years ago. For all. I'm really sorry about that, guys. But here's the number one thing. And remember this, all of you. You don't take a lawyer or rocket science to connect dots. That there was a bunch of them. Richard Allen was just one of them that got caught, right? Keegan Klein, Chadwell, Kurt, all these guys, they were just the ones that got caught in this little thing of theirs down there or whatever, right? So I'm really sorry. Some of you people paid big money and to get educations and everything, and we had this figured out a long time ago. I'm just joking around. No, they're great lawyers and everything and people and whatever, but they do not know how to tailgate at all. We were supposed to have sunny weather today for the next couple days or 4 days. I think we're supposed to have sunny weather, but it don't look sunny out. Let me check the weather real quick. Ah, yes. Well, it says breezy this afternoon, cloudy but sun this afternoon. So 54 today, 48 tomorrow, 51, 51, 54. We got no rain coming until Saturday. It's going to rain Saturday, but it's going to be the warmest day out of the week in the 60s. Yeah, well, come on, son. Come on out. It is kind of damp and crappy. It rained a little bit yesterday, not much. It was like spotty on and off. But yeah, the worst, the worst tailgate courtyard thing I've ever seen. Uh, well, it's going to take time. Maybe next week we'll have a verdict. It takes time, and don't forget, people. My people ain't dumb. They're getting paid, so this is going to take a while. You people might be out there camping for another week or so. Courts in session, the verdict is in. I know all these YouTubers are like, all these people on the jury want to go home. No, they don't. First, they're going to solve the case. Then, we're going to milk it. Why? Because we want to get paid. Jurors are not dumb, and that's one reason they won't let me be a juror. I'm always the one like, I just don't see this. I think we should go in a whole nother week and determine what's going on. Come on, Mr. Kramer, we want to go. Nah, are you kidding me? I'm getting $80 a day. Free food and housing. I think this case might go on for a year. How can the jury solve the case? Easy. It's pretty easy. For one, well, they can't because they don't know the area. This all stems way before Delphi and what was happening in Indiana at that time. And that area, mainly down there. It all plays a part in the case, folks. Even the family, all the things they supposedly have done, it all plays a part, folks. You can call me dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. I am. I do by government, right? I'm by government doctors and scientists, yes, but what brain I have left, God has sent me the info. But like I said, it'll be a while before the jury, before they come back with a verdict. They ain't dumb, right? They spent 1.45 million on the case, and no one solved nothing, and no one ever tested anything. But I did hear a lot of these people down there mysteriously come into a lot of money, and all of a sudden are rich. And I imagine the jurors are going to do the same thing. They're getting paid. They're getting free food and housing. And all they got to do is sit in a courthouse. So yeah, this case might go on for a while. At least the verdict. Mr. Trump, you don't want me in the White House. I'll be saving our country a lot of money. They should have gave him so long of a time to come up with a thing, but they don't, I don't care. Let them sit down there for 6 months, come up with a verdict. As long as they get the case right, these jurors might come back and say, we want to investigate it more. We want professionals to come in. We want all the hair tested. We want everything tested before we come back into this court again. They don't even have all the evidence. How can you solve a case when you don't have all the testing evidence? I don't know. I don't know. I would have made a call to Petilios and have them ship some stuff down there to Delphi. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Fort Wayne, Indiana, please stop at Chicago's own Portillo's Sandwiches and pizza, spaghetti, beef sandwiches, unbelievable beef sandwiches. Make sure you stop at Portillo's, Chicago's own. That's Portillo's, Chicago's own food restaurant, and I think it's drive-through. It is drive-through. I ate there I don't know how many times. There is a drive-through there. That's right. They have a lot of learning how to do campouts. Like I said, if this was in Chicago, baby, we'd be having a spread. Grills would have already been fired up at 8 in the morning. We would have been flipping brats and Italian sausages out there. Music would have been bumping. Uh, there might have been beer because us Chicago people, we have been known to drink way early in the morning to late at night. It would have been a party. But then again, that's what got these people into the mess they're in is the parties under the bridge. All the meth, the madness. You folks got to figure out where'd that shoe tree come from. Boy, I'm seeing about 50 pairs of shoes on that shoe tree out there. Are them 50 pairs of victim shoes that these masochists did down in Delphi? I don't know. But I would be asking where'd that shoe tree come from and why are all them shoes on that tree in the middle of nowhere? Right after the bridge. Shoe tree. I think that little place down there was their little haven for their little darkness. It's unbelievable. What we are not hearing in Delphi this morning is trains. And that might be because it's a holiday. No, I can't. But what I can do is track every single one of your phones, which I know they're hot phones. And that's how we got old Ben Laden, bend over backwards, Ben Deho. Ben Laden. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know. It's horrible. But that's life. It's just life. Oh, no, it's perfectly legal for my military to track every single one of you. New laws in place. I'm really sorry. Now, like I said, be good down there, you kids down there on the Delphi sidewalk in front of the courtyard. No weapons. If we find another person with a weapon out there, you'd be escorted off of the property. This is why Judge Gall is upset, because you people are walking around there with weapons, talking about killing Richard Allen, and if he's innocent or guilty, killing people. And yeah, geez. You folks ain't movie makers. You're a bunch of bad actors. And if Mr. Trump can spot you people, you're a bad actor. Nah, I've seen a lot of people out there. Let me refill my coffee. No, they're looking at him. Someone came into my chat and said it's Harmon's family. And I'm like, consider him gone. I guess they've been moving people up from Delphi or whatever that were on the run, or their families or something. I don't know if that's true. Someone came into my chat and said that. Was that you, Higginbotham? It very well could be. And now we're on the hunt for Jimmy Duvall and the rest of these guys. Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. And it makes sense why do you understand they're probably looking for Duvall because he's got a record of doing something like this. He was in that area. He might have boot scoot boogied out of there real quick. Yeah, numerous people that left this area real fast. Harmon was one of them, and a couple other guys boot scoot boogied out of town real quick. Even Greeno took off. Well, Greeno did his time, and now he's a respectable citizen. So behave, kid. Don't ever put yourself in a murder scene and say you have weapons the same and a phone and everything as the murder people. I don't know what, kid, you need to quit doing that. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Really don't. So this is what we know. There wasn't enough time from what they're telling us, but there is enough time if they have everything wrong and trying to cover it up or whatever. So it's very possible they had all day with them girls. All day. We don't know if they ever were dropped off from where they spent the night. We don't even know if there was pancakes found in the girl's stomach. Right? Because if they ate that day, depending on what time they ate and what time they went out there, it takes 2 to 4 hours, 2 to 4 to 6 hours, something like that, for the food to digest and start getting into the small intestines. So if them girls ate and then we're out there and then this happened, there would be content in the intestines and in the stomach. But we don't know if any of this is true, right? For all we know, this was a retaliation killing for what was going on before Delphi, before the girls murdered. And there's a lot that comes into play, and I know these guys spent a lot of money going to college and a lot of money in court to be lawyers and all this and that and this and that, but it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that there was a problem in Delphi before Abby and Libby. Now there's rumors of Hell's Angels and Mongols and all kinds of people coming around surrounding Indiana, probably because of what these people did, man. Trying to blame other people. I wouldn't doubt it if Harmon even died. He's probably right here now in my chat. He's probably the one that's been trolling everybody. Yeah, he probably was. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I wouldn't doubt it. Good morning, Miss Cold Truth. I was just explaining that these people do not know how to camp in front of a courthouse. And I was also telling them no guns on my courthouse property. They don't know how to camp out on the front of a courthouse. There should be barbecue grills going. But once again, folks, I have nothing to do with Portillo's. But folks, if you are in Portillo's, If you are in Fort Wayne, Indiana, make sure you stop at Chicago's own Portillo's. And I can tell you another great food place that might be coming out soon to Indiana. But for now, we got Portillo's. And that's Chicago owned based. Get out there, get your beef sandwiches, your pizzas, your spaghetti, your linguine. They got it all there. They got it all there. Make sure you get out there and get it. Great restaurant. Let me see what Cold Truth's saying. It's all so very weird. Oh, it sure is, man. We got professionals now saying it's demonic. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I'm out here. If you're gonna do something dramatic, let me know so I can get people to safety. It's crazy. I agree with you 100%, Cold Truth. Hope your father is doing well in this, Cold Truth. They got 77 hairs that have not been tested. 77 hairs. That would explain that video that we seen 4 years ago. It's starting to all make sense now. Who's the 77 hairs from, or 73 hairs from? Don't you think they should have tested all this before they went into the court? I got 8 people that look just like Richard Allen. The only difference, Jimmy Sullivan or Jimmy Duvall was like 5'11", 5'12". He's on the run too, folks. He might be the dude that moved in up here that they came and got. We knew they would be on the run. As soon as wind got out, we knew they would split. 72 or 77 hairs that they had up, and they were not tested. They didn't even test the hair that was in one of the girl's hands wrapped around her finger and everything until just recently. What have they been doing? I want my 1.5 million back, not in a cashier's check, not at cold cash. Want the people's money back. I want the money back. $77. That's more hairs than you have on your noggin. Yeah. 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 Here's the thing. A lot of these people don't even know it, but a lot of people don't care what Indiana says anymore. So a lot of these people are being investigated right underneath their nose, and they don't know. And the simple reason is their connection to other people that were in this case. And I told you, if I was running still the DEA or government or anything, and I seen anyone around Richard Allen or any of these guys or any of the YouTubers, that they now are suspect in a case because these people run together. They stick together, right? So I imagine they all are. Why? Because yes, they're YouTubers by day, but at night they're involved in bad things, right? Pedo world or whatever. So yeah, it's a very, very good. And I don't think you're going to get a verdict for a while. And they have the right to go as long as they want, unless the judge put a cap on how long they have. They can go all month. But yes, I agree with some of the other people. They should have brought in uh, police from other states and investigators to investigate it. If everybody was screaming Delphi was corrupt before in Lafayette, before Delphi, the authorities should have known that, hey, we got to bring someone else in because it's just too, everyone's corrupt, everything. We got this Odin group and everything, and they lie for each other. We got these people. You should have brought in other people or shipped it out to another state. The whole case, Richard Allen, Keegan Klein, and Kurtz, and they all played a game. They all play a part in the game. And a lot of you pros out there that, well, spent many years in college uh, on law degrees and everything, if you can't figure out that it was a big ring, I would get out of the lawyer business. I would get out of the lawyer business. If you can't figure, I would get out of the police. If you couldn't figure out that it was a bunch of them, you should turn your badge in. This is why everybody is 7 years and they don't. What have they been doing? They've been taking our money. That's what they've been doing. That's what they're known for. Happy Veterans Day, Cold Truth. Where is Jimmy Dale? Anybody? Can you find him anywhere? Jimmy Dale Duvall. Boy, he a spitting image of Richard? He sure is. They could be brothers. Who knows? The only thing is Duvall fit the first weight and height description that they put out in the beginning of this case. I do believe they said he was somewhere around 5'10". They could have been off a couple inches and was at least 200 to 250 in weight. Well, that does fit. Duvall. It also fit Sullivan. It also fit. Heck, at that time, if you look at Harmon's Facebook pictures, that also fit Harmon. So there was numerous things that these people just could not pick up on. They failed to get it. Some of these people should get. I'm not even an investigator. Some of these people should have caught on by it. Now, don't get me wrong. One man could have done this whole thing. People are you kidding me? No. One dude, he had plenty of time. He might have had way more time than what we're being told. If them girls were being essayed by someone within the family or whatever, who knows? And I don't blame people for thinking that. Who knows? We don't know. We have no idea what was going on around the family at that time. I mean, don't get mad at it. How can you do that to the families? And because it's protocol. It is protocol. That's number one rule when you investigate. What do you start with? You start with the surroundings, the last people that seen the girls alive. That's protocol. These people are breaking laws. Let's see what Cold Truth says. Cold Truth says, unfortunately, I think this case will never end. Nah, it ain't never going to end. I don't know how many times Doug Carter's got to tell these people it'll be over when they say it's over. When they got everybody, and that's a clue that there's more. Unfortunately, I think the case will never end, regardless of jury's decision. The state can blame themselves for that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've been getting attacked up here, and they're like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" They don't even know the Delphi case on her. They act so dumb. I'm like, you guys know the Delphi case, right? And what's going on and everything. The big drug bust in Fort Wayne, Indiana, 55-gallon drums or whatever, a whole storage unit filled with some kind of a white substance that they couldn't figure out. They were locking down. They were locking down Fort Wayne. That was after the murders. People were getting sick. They weren't sure if it was fentanyl, anthrax, or meth, or whatever it was, but people were actually getting sick in Fort Wayne, and they couldn't figure it out. And then it was on the news, a big bust or big storage unit full of, I think it was 5-gallon buckets. The whole storage unit was filled from the bottom to the top of the ceiling with 5-gallon buckets full of a white powder substance. And they tracked it from down, well, you have to remember Lafayette. I think there's a college out there. It's a college town. I know Fort Wayne is a party town. Angola is a college town, the town right next to me. Big party town out there, college. So they might have been supplying the drugs back and forth or something. Fort Wayne might have been a hub or something where they branched out from there. They got the guys, but they caught them. It was in the paper. Fun little bit since I've been in the Delphi groups since week 1. RV was asked if the man she saw that day looked like JDD, and she said yes. It's not him, but JDD and RA look alike. You mean Davis? Oh, there's all kinds of them that look alike. Oh, Duvall? Yeah, he was out here. He went to prison for the same kind of stuff that happened in Delphi. He cut a girl, cut her wrist, cut her neck. I believe he raped her. He did his time. He did 18 years. He was supposed to do 40 or 25, and he did 18, and they released him. And he was in that area at the time. And he is 5'11", and 200 and, well, at that time, probably about 220, 210. We're looking for all these guys. I would imagine so. It's just horrible in this true crime. Excuse me. It's horrible. It really is. Many Facebook POI with Duvall was the only that I know of that she said looked like the guy she saw. Yeah. Yeah, he does look like Richard a lot, but the only thing is the size. Now, here's the thing. Duvall and Richard Allen could have knew each other. We know Duvall worked with Tony Klein. Now, how do you work at Chrysler Building and you don't know, you worked there for many, many years, and you don't know all the people or have come across them uh, at your work area, right? Your place where you work. So I know these people are going to say, you didn't know them. How do you know? You can't prove it. No, but we're idiots, and you people don't use common sense, and you don't connect dots. And that's why some of you are in the predicament that you're in, right? Is it a coincidence that Tony Klein and Duvall worked at the same place and they never knew each other or seen each other at all? I find that hard to believe. Duvall lived around there. Are you telling me Duvall never was in that bar with Richard Allen drinking when it's the only bar pretty much in Delphi? Come on, folks. I can't believe these people went to school to be investigators and lawyers and they can't connect the dots. I don't know. I don't know why they're not connecting them all together. I don't know why. He's inhuman, doesn't have to register, but I'm pretty sure his alibi's pretty solid. Who, Jimmy Duvall? He does have to register. He's a sex offender. Everywhere he goes, he's being watched. He's got to register everywhere he goes. Every place he goes, he's got to register. If that's who you're talking about, Duvall. Keegan Klein has to register everywhere he goes. Chadwell, Kurtz, all these guys, all of them, even Harmon, even Greeno, everywhere they go because of their records. The victim MB was 11 years old at that time. Yeah, oh, you mean with Duvall? Yeah, she was young. I guess he dressed up, what? As a cop. See, Jimmy Duvall used to dress up like a cop. And he dressed up like a cop. He found an 11-year-old girl walking down the street. He threw her in the car. She thought he was a cop or whatever, and he raped her or cut her up. And I don't know if she lived or not, but they caught him. And he did 18 years, and he was released. And he was in Delphi at that time of the murders for a period of 3.5 hours. He used a knife and threatened her to induce her to it. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why in the beginning of this case, we were saying there's a lot of players in the game. And a lot of people thought a lot of these people had something to do with the case. But that's not true. If you lived in Delphi and this happened, and some of these people came out and said they were part of the case or being investigated, either they had a past history of violence against either women or kids or rape or whatever, or they had something to do with the case. So not all of them had anything to do with the case, but they were questioned because of their past record. Does that make sense to anybody? Let me see what Cold Truth said. That's quotes from Duvall's appeal. Yeah. You're right, Miss Cold Truth. It is the spitting image of Richard Allen. But Duvall's 5'11", 5'12", or 6 foot or whatever it is, or close to it, 5'11", and 210 or 20 pounds. I mean, he fit the description when this case first came out. They said, this is exactly what they said. We're looking for someone that's either 5'6" to 5'10". Anywhere between 170 pounds to 250 pounds. And everyone was going, well, how do you know? How can you be sure it's that? Well, they might have been, and they also did say that in calculations, there might have been off 1 inch, 2 inch. They might be off 20, 30 pounds or whatever. But when this case first came out from day one, to me, it was like they were giving us 2 subscriptions. Not, well, he's between this height and this height, right? But they might have got their calculations wrong, which is normal. If you're not a professional and don't know how to do geonomic math and all that to determine how big he was or how fat. And then you have to look at, once they did get this footage, they took it off of Abby's phone, the girl's phone, and then they formatted it, which will make someone look taller, or it'll make them look smaller and fatter, or it'll make them look taller and skinnier. So there's a lot of stuff involved in it. But Duvall had on the BG outfit. He would be more like 6'1". Well, depending on where you're looking at him from. If you're looking at him from a long distance away, he's going to appear smaller until he gets up on you. Then you're going to see that he's a tall guy, right? You're going to notice he's a tall guy. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. You can see somebody on the bridge, but it looks like they are just getting on the bridge when the girls take a photo of Abby or whatever. All the way in the back, right on the right-hand corner, you can see a dot, a black dot that looks like it's just coming out of the trail, the woods. There's a trail right there before you hit the bridge. You could jump off to the left-hand side as you're walking to the bridge. And it looks like someone comes out of there and just gets on the bridge as the girls were getting off of the bridge. Right? I don't know. Very tricky case. We do know this much. There was more than one person out there that day. We know that there's people that put themselves there that day at the time of the murders. We know their phones pinged around there. Coincidence? I don't know. Conspiracy? I don't know. If you don't believe in conspiracies, it just smacked you in the face with the Delphi case. Well, I think they were saying Duvall was one of the Kokomo crews, so he lived up in the Kokomo area, which ain't too far from Delphi area or Chrysler Building. And then you had them other dudes that said they seen people, and they worked at the Chrysler Building that day, and they seen other people there as they were driving down the road. I mean, that's a very interesting case. Listen, they hacked our computers. These folks did some very bad stuff, and they did it because they either are YouTubers with people that are family and police or whatever. Now, I'm starting to agree with some of these guys that are coming out and saying these people ransacked our channels. They hacked our computers. They sent people to try and get information, nude photos. trying to blackmail people. I'm like, these YouTubers are part of the case, right? And then you had old Franken. You had Art of Deduction Frank coming out and telling people they were trading nude photos for information on the Delphi case. I don't think they were trading nude photos. I think they were hacking people's computers looking for something to blackmail them to keep their mouth shut. Miss Cold Truth, have you seen the video of Richard Allen in the bar? Have you seen that? Did you notice anything in all these videos that we're seeing in Delphi? What are you hearing in the background? Train. Right? We could use that in this case if we heard all the recording. If that horn on that train is real loud, then we know they weren't out by the bridge. Right? You can hear the train at the bridge, but that recording will be able to tell us where they were in town, right? They might have been in someone's house and that train came through. And it's on that recording, right? It's possible. It's possible that that whole recording we're seeing was already made up way before Delphi. Yeah, you can hear the train in the bar. You can hear it real loud. You can hear the train inside the bar. Now some of these people are saying the killer was from Chicago. They very might have well been. They might at one time. We are seeing a lot of people come up. I've been here for 30 some years, probably longer than that, right? I am from Chicago, but we have a lot of people out here that moved from Chicago out here because of the taxes in Chicago, in Illinois, is unbelievable. But I'm not seeing anyone from Chicago on that bridge or out around there. The only one that I know of out of all these people that's from Chicago is Bob Nada. But it's not Bob Nada. So they're trying to say it was someone from Chicago. Well, who? Give me a name. There's one thing we don't do in Chicago. We don't like people messing with our children. Maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, you can get away with that stuff. But it's 2024. You can't get away with that stuff anymore. And I'm just telling those people the truth. What does this have to do with anything? Because there's a video and a recording of the girls. And once again, we proved that there was more than 49 seconds. When everybody in the beginning of this case was saying, that's it, that was 49 seconds, it can't be. Because if we're hearing 49 seconds, and that's the whole video, and the police said the girls died in that video, we ain't hearing it, and you can't get to the top of that bridge to where the girls were found dead in 49 seconds. So that was a lie. I do believe the original information that we got when the case first came out, that there was 39 minutes of recording. And that makes more sense than 49 seconds. Bob Mata, let's see, Higginbotham says Bob Mata is creepy with the dried helmet head and beard. Oh my God, do I got to do everything in this country? Do I got to explain to you guys why Bob Mata looks like the Edge? I told you guys numerous times, Monday through Friday, he's Bob Mata the lawyer. Friday night through Saturday night, he's the Edge from YouTube. And I've seen his work, he's great. Cover band. I don't know how many times I got to tell these people. If they would have listened, we wouldn't be in this predicament right now. I kept telling them, get Bobby dressed up as the Edge. Judge Gall is a big YouTube fan. Get him in there. Well, they didn't listen. She would have been flabbergasted. You would have won her heart, Bobby. I know what people are saying. Kramer, are you serious? I mean, you bet your butt I am. Dress him up as the Edge and get him in there. They'll go crazy. They'll think it's him. They'll think it's the Edge. We'll solve this case one way or another. Let me see what Magnificent Higginbotham says. Bob Mata is creepy. Your jokes are worse than Dave Levine's. I don't know. Yesterday you came into my chat and said Dave Levine is the bridge guy. Right? Now you got people breathing down my neck. You understand? Yeah, Higginbotham coming in here. Dave Levine is the bridge guy. You're just trying to piss David off. The sun is coming out. I totally forgot that it was a holiday today. Yeah, is it a coincidence that Duvall and Richard Allen look alike? No, for all we know, they're brothers. They could be cousins. Too many people look like Richard Allen out there, and that's usually somebody is covering up a big dog. When you got lookalikes of somebody is running some kind of something down there and got lookalikes. What do I think it was? Probably a pedo drug ring. Right? What the main thing is we started seeing these people collapse on YouTube and everywhere once they had Keegan Kline and that phone with all them kids. It was just a matter of time. Right? It was just a matter of time before they started tracking everybody down, all phone numbers from that phone, everything. And then you have to look at the devices that Keegan Kline sold to people. Laptops, phones. And people were like, what do you mean? Well, he was a drug dealer. And when you're a drug dealer, drug dealers will take phones, laptops. Why? Because they are also, it's a racket, right? They sell drugs, but they also are in devices and stuff, right? Phones, computers, Why? Because they can get rid of them to people. Right? They can pawn them at pawn shops, computers, laptops, and stuff, iPods, whatever. They can also sell them to people or whatever. It's stuff you can get rid of real fast, jewelry, stuff like that. When you're in a crew or whatever, it's not only uh, drugs and stuff. They're in the business. It's like a crew. They get stolen stuff and they turn it over, to make money. And the same thing goes with young kids' photos, right? If they weren't selling the photos to some kind of a pedo porn ring or something, then they're sickos themselves, right? If they weren't getting rid of the photos to people and making money off of the photos, then they were just sickos. Bunch of sickos hanging out together. You're really going to flip out. The number one selling doll with kids today in America, the doll that they're selling, that is number one selling doll in America right now, little tiny action figures that are these kids are going crazy for. If you flip the box over to the back side and look at the bottom of the box, there's www. I'm not going to say the name, but it's a porn site. It's a porn site. It's an adult site, and it is stamped right on the back of the box of the doll. Some YouTubers investigated it and typed in the www dot and the name that was on the box, and it pops right up to an adult site. And these are the number one selling dolls in America right now. That's unreal. That, my friends, is unbelievable. Now, this gentleman that did the investigation did say it might have been a mistake and they printed off the boxes and somehow that got on the back of the box, but they would have threw it out, right? They would have threw the boxes out and started over with the printing and everything. If it was wrong, I don't think it'd be a mistake. I think they're wrapped up in everything. It's everything the federal government, the military, and everyone was saying. It's just a cesspool. Ah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this video. I woke up, I'm having my coffee. Now I have to relieve myself. Too much coffee. Hopefully, it turns out to be a beautiful day. I know tomorrow's supposed to be chilly, but it'll be nicer. And I got some things to do. I might go and get done while I can, or this week for this lady and gentleman that live out here. Got to make a couple extra bucks. Cold truth, you be safe. I hope your father's doing well. Uh, Melissa Higginbotham, I don't know why you're trying to piss Levine off. Higginbotham saying bridge guy is Levine. At that time, I don't think Dave could have walked that bridge. Uh, I don't think so. I don't think so. That bridge is a lot longer than anyone knows. Miss Cold Truth, maybe you can explain, why is there a shoe tree in the middle of nowhere in the woods by the train tracks, by the bridge out there, with 50 shoes, 50 pairs of shoes just about hanging from it? Is this the victim? Are these the victims of these idiots out there? No. Now, I want all you folks to be safe out there. Maybe next month we'll get a verdict in. Well, them jurors ain't dumb. They're going to get their money. I'll be right back. Miss Cold Truth says it's on private property, but it's been there for many years. I know. Good morning, little Debbie Debs. I know, Miss Cold Truth. It's been there for many, many years, and it's got to have 30 to 40 to 50 pairs of shoes on it. Is this their little place for them to remember their victims out there? They hang their shoes. Now, I've seen that in Chicago, in the city. They hang the dead man's shoes that they got rid of over the telephone lines, telephone wires. Very interesting. I gotta relieve myself. I'll be right back. Little Debbie's, I sent you some coffee, and wake up and enjoy the beautiful sky. All right, I'm back. From what I saw in the groups by the owner of it, it's a memorial. I don't know. It's kind of freaky. What's it a memorial for? I never understood shoes on lines or in trees. That's their victims, of people that went up against either the gang in the city or did something bad. They'll throw their shoes over a telephone line, showing to it's a sign for when people come into the city. They know. Uh, you see shoes hanging from telephone lines and everything. It's them are the boys that gave the gang the neighborhood trouble. And they're gone, and they throw their shoes over the telephone line. And now we're seeing it in the Delphi case, shoes hanging from trees and everything. It might be their victims. I mean, how long have they been doing this out here? You got 23 unsolved cases out there in Delphi. You got a little kid that popped up in the woods out there in a suitcase. What kind of suitcase? A Vegas. It had a Vegas picture of Vegas right on the suitcase. I'd say this case is a lot bigger than what they think. Trafficking, it's got it all. Bad guys, gangs, clubs, drugs, right? Little mystery. The perfect storm, the perfect case, right? The mind boggling, mind bending, twisting case that these demonic people created. And I said it. I said it. Something very demonic. Miss ATS News, if you're watching, we hope you're doing good. Hope the baby's doing good. Hey, you know who stopped in last night? Miss Dawn Marie from Joey BK's channel stopped in. Last night. I was kind of shocked. Oh, what a beautiful, chilly day. Hopefully this wind keeps up. I want it to blow as many of them leaves off the trees before I go over to that lady's house. I don't know her. Dawn Marie, she's from Joey BK's channel. And I think she has her own channel, but she's from Joey BK Loon's channel. Seems like a nice lady. Debbie, how was your morning? How was your morning today? He's a crab fisherman. He's also part of Duty Ron's channel, Joey BK Loon. Do you know that people were actually, I had no idea, but people were saying Bridge Guy was Duty Ron. Do you know how many people are suspects in the case? This is unbelievable. I had no idea. Why? I don't know, probably because he's short and has a face like Richard Allen. I can remember out here, everybody was Bridge Guy in Indiana. Yeah, Debbie. Yes, the sheriff of Delphi was a suspect, Debbie. Toby was a suspect. Somebody really was playing games with the government or the police or whatever, right? Either we're dealing with a demon that these people conjured up down there because Bridge Guy's face is morphing as he gets closer to the video. When he looks like someone and then it changes, it looks like someone else. Then it changes, it looks like someone else. Now, either these people tampered with the video and is showing us all the people that were involved in Delphi through Bridge Guy's face, or someone has manipulated the whole dang thing. And that explains why we got Toby as one. We got Ron Logan as one. We got uh, Duvall. You got Sullivan. You're seeing all these people. Now I don't know if they had anything to do with it, or maybe it was a disgruntled YouTuber that had good abilities to manipulate the video. But I can't say it's Richard Allen until he's standing 2 foot away from that camera, and I can see his face clearly. But 50, 100 yards away, with a still video that's paused and then photoed, and this is Bridge Guy. I can't say it is. I can say Richard Allen, the way he talks and his interrogation and his things do fit Bridge Guy's mind, of someone that would do that, someone that would do a crime, but he's so mentally disturbed he don't even remember it. Like another Ernie Shell running down the highway barking at cars and trying to bite bumpers. The next day, he don't remember nothing. Oh, I was not. You guys are lying. He don't remember it. A psychotic blackout. And Richard Allen's mental state at that time and his addictions and the medication he was on. It's very well he did this and blacked out and don't remember nothing. But here's the thing: whoever did this, whoever did the Delphi, this is not the only murders they done. You got to figure that out, not me. Right? You got to figure that one out, not me. This is not the only people that they killed. You just don't wake up and take a chance like that. People on the bridge, people there, and it be your first kill or first rape. Nope. He might have been doing this for a long time. And you got 77 hairs out there. None of them been tested, or 70 something hairs. There might have been a woman there. There might have been a couple women there. I remember in the beginning of this case, people said they could have swore someone did something to the thing and said they could swear that they heard a woman's voice yelling, "You better let me go." Now, whether it was the girl's or someone else's voice, you got 77 hairs. You best get to testing, because none of the stuff is adding up. Oh. Now, I want you ladies and gentlemen to. I know, Debbie. I know it's funny. Debbie's laughing her butt off. Come on, Duty Ron. I'm just telling you what. Gray Hughes was a suspect. There was a lot of YouTubers that were suspects. I know everybody's going crazy. Huh? You gotta be. No, I'm not kidding you. Why would I lie about something like that? If anything, they lied. They're putting out fake information and making us believe, and then they're trying to say, "Well, you believe anything." Well, I believe I live in a country of idiots. If you're trying to corrupt a case and you're making people weed away from the money or from their little club of pedos. That's how they make their money. So somebody was doing something. Either somebody wanted the 300 grand and they were trying to lead everybody away and putting out fake information, and right? If anyone's going to get sued, it's going to be these YouTubers. Did they suspect you too, Johnny? Because you are too. No, they were attacking anybody which uh, True Crime Web, Steve explained to the people last night on the panel. People got ran through the ringer because names got mixed up. People were attacked because the names got mixed up. Anybody with the same name of anybody with the first name or whatever in this case got attacked because sometimes in investigations or when there's somebody trying to uh, lead you away from the case, they don't know the whole case, so they'll start attacking people. And if you had the same name, first name of any of these people, things got mixed up and they got attacked. And True Web said that sometimes in cases they get the names wrong, and that's why Richard Allen, everyone thought his last name was different than his middle name was Allen and his last name. Well, it comes to find out there is somebody that lived in that area with the same last name as Richard Allen Streep. So then people started investigating the last name and going after that guy because, and this is how these people did it. They attacked people. They told people other. I was anybody with the name as first name as any of these guys in this case that they're saying was attacked. Innocent. That, folks, is lawsuits coming to Indiana because they let it get way out of line. Uh, People were attacked, and the reason we were attacked because we got too close to the case. I don't know. Indiana's going to have to pay me. I don't know why these people attacking me. What I want to do is I want to get these YouTubers in court on the stand and testify. Who paid you to attack people or manipulate people? Who was paying you? Whether it was in views, subs, or cold cash, Snapchat, chitty chitty bang bangs. Who was paying these people? I don't know if they're there today. It's a holiday today, Debbie. I thought the courts would be shut down. I know the court up here is locked up quicker than a pee hole, a frog's butt. But down there, supposedly, it's going on. So I don't. A lot of stuff ain't adding up in Indiana. You know, our tornado sirens go off on Saturdays, but it's funny everywhere else goes off on Tuesday or Thursdays. It's a national test the tornado sirens, but they go off here on Saturdays. The whole state is like been demonically possessed or something. Well, the judge had court every Saturday. Yeah, every Saturday. I don't think we're going to get a verdict for a while. Like I said, these they want to get it right. They want to make sure they get the right people, which I agree. And also, they're making money and getting free food and lodging. If I was one of them, I'd be sitting down there for a couple months. I'm going to get paid no matter what. Get some free food. I'm going to stay in a 5-star hotel and I'm going to get paid. I don't care if it goes on for a year. No, I don't care. Right? Getting paid. And that's the way they're thinking. Everyone, they want to go home. They're getting paid. Free food. Uh, how can we be a juror if you got a job? Right? What if this case goes so long? What's your job going to say? Well, I can't make it to work today. I got jury duty. I might be here for a whole month. What's your job going to say? What do you mean a whole month? Right? I got to have you here. I got to bring someone in. I can't have you sitting there out there, 5-star hotel getting paid and everything. I got to get you back in work. I don't know. I have no idea. They can't fire you. I don't know. This is Indiana, Debbie. They do things way different. Even the government, other other states are going. That's kind of odd. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's kind of odd. Yeah, we don't do things like that around. Matter of fact, I think Indiana's the only one. Are you kidding me? What's going on in Indiana? Well, I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna do some chores around here. I might go do a couple things for a couple hours. But I totally forgot it was Veterans Day today. Totally forgot. The jury watches is very exciting. Not. I don't know. I know this much. Last night there was reports. They brought Richard Allen's daughter in and his sister. They were in tears. They put him on the stand. They did not look at Richard Allen one time. Not once. They both said they were never raped or hurt by Richard Allen, and they got off the stand. And the reporter that was reporting said that the jury looked very shocked and in belief, that they didn't believe what the girls were saying. They would not make eye contact with Richard Allen. His own daughter didn't even look at him. And the court reporter was saying that she thinks the jury thought that was very, very suspicious. Where neither one of these, and they were related to him, would look him in the face. They didn't even look towards him. And that's very suspicious. Now, they could be threatened. I don't know. They could be threatened by him, or they could be, they're family members and they don't want anything bad to happen to them and they're lying. That's possible. That's very possible, right? They have remorse for him or whatever, and they just want forgiveness. They don't want to be known as people that might have been raped by the father, by Richard Allen or whatever. They don't want they don't even want to be there. Right? So I can see how some of the people, the reporters, are saying, well, the jurors seemed kind of shocked, and I think one of them said they asked a question or something. Both girls wouldn't even look at Richard Allen. Not once, they said. Not once. That says a lot. Actions speak more than words. I keep trying to tell people, people say they love you. Yeah. Saying you love me and the actions and what you do are totally two different things. So I see a lot of these people, when I say I love you, I love you. Yeah, but love is a big, huge thing. It's other than just a word. And people don't understand that. They can't phantom it. I don't know. I don't know. Go figure. They both said they loved Richard Allen. Well, they might love Richard Allen because they're good people. I love a lot of people too. Right? No, I love a lot of people that did bad to me. I forgive a lot of people that did bad to me. But they might not love me, and they might act different towards me than I act towards them. So take that in consideration too. Not here either. Nobody knows about it except on YouTube. When you say Delphi, they are like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I don't think very much. They made it out to be more than what it really was in publicity, I think. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's nobody there in Delphi. If this was such a huge profile case, it is in Indiana, but that's about it. And it ain't even high profile anymore. Nobody cares. Oh. I mean, these people are sending people to trespass on us and do stuff. I'm telling you, I got a couple of these. I got a couple of these Jimmy Duvals out here. I got a couple of these bridge guys out here. I got a couple of these trespassers out here. Uh, and I don't think they're going to let them walk away. I don't know what it's raining, a bunch of sickos, people with disabilities. And some of these people are using their disabilities to get away with murder. Some of these people out here are using their disabilities to get away with murder. I think these people finally realized that at least in this little town, we've been getting attacked by something, or someone sending these people sickness. I'm not the devil. I ain't Jesus either, but I think we figured out what's going on, and a lot of us figured out what's going on in Indiana and in America, period. It is demonic witchery and sorcery now is being passed in Congress and Senate as a law of conviction. You will be convicted, and possibly, like some of these YouTubers were asking the other night, are we going to be going back to burning witches at the pole? And I'm afraid we might be. And that's not even me saying, this is other YouTubers that now are saying this. Something ain't right. And now they're determining what are we going to be doing? Are we going back to the 1800s? Uh, we might be. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the whole United States has been contaminated with bad food and parasites and water and everything. And everybody, finally, all the parasites are killing everybody, driving people delusional. We don't know. We have no idea. And pretty much, we really don't even want to deal with it anymore. We've been attacked so much and abused. Right? People are, quit crying. All right. Don't be on my news channels crying when crap goes bad in America. Why is this happening? I don't know. Don't cry about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you folks have a good day. Do the best you can to try and prove me wrong and try and do whatever. That's fine. You have your right to make your own opinions. I think we pretty much figured out the Delphi case a long time ago. If there's any more cases coming up, let us know. We're dying to move on to something new and solve that. Make sure you check out my Gabby Petito videos and so many more crime videos on my opinion and my investigation. And all glory goes to God if I got anything right. If I got anything right, it's only because of God Almighty. Now, you folks have a great day. I'm not the devil. And I'm not Jesus. And I think a lot of people are in deep crap in America. I don't even think Trump can help these people. I don't even think Trump wants to help these people. But we might be burning witches and warlocks here pretty soon in America, folks. Just letting you know, I'm giving you a warning. Heads up. Oh, folks, if you're out there in Carolina, North, South Carolina, the monkeys have been spotted on the move, and they're moving pretty fast. Stay away from the monkeys. Don't be feeding them. People already like, I seen a monkey in the tree. I was going to go out there and feed. Don't stay away from the monkeys. I knew this was going to happen. It's going to spread like wildfire. Stay away from the monkeys. No, we're not going to China. When we got 800 labs in America there's more monkeys over here than Africa. No, we're not blaming any other countries but America. And when America learns to pay for its own mistakes, then just like a child growing up, right? If I did something wrong, I got a spanking. If I did something, I was thrown in jail. Well, America, it's time for you to fess up to your bull crap. And now I want my security team to have the highest ranking, Mr. Trump. I want my security team to be able to take out police if police think they're going to go ahead and try and strong arm us in America. And that's our problem now. A lot of people are saying, Johnny, the police are busting your balls because you're too close to something. And I said, well, we're on the phone with the Pentagon. So get this straight. Quit shaking us down or harassing us. We're not the problem out here, right? We were the ones that called to try and help, right? Don't be busting our balls. So my security team will have, they answer to nobody, Mr. Trump. These high echelons of Pentagon, they answer to nobody. That's what I want my security team to be. Now I want to make sure I'm not. Now, well, they already got me. I'm already gone. But security, 2025 security. That's going to be our main thing. And you're going to get backlash from police or anyone else that feels that you're stepping on their toes. So this is not safe, folks. Your whole America, the greatest country in the world, is a crock of crap that they've been shoveling out for a long time. And now they got cops corrupt, government corrupt. There's nothing left to do, Mr. Trump. Even the Pentagon has said, there's only one option. We only have one option. It's horrible, but this is the only option. And I'm starting to think that they're right. It's the only option. It's gone too far. We have to get back to God, right? You ain't got to go to church, but you have to at least have that moral inside of you, the integrity of God, that, right? If you got a bunch of people full of Satan's head, you got a messed up country. You got a messed up country. Got to get back to the Lord. If you don't go to church on Sunday, that's fine. but don't give any power or any authority to the devil. You have no power here, Satan. Go somewhere else. Right? We believe and pray to Jesus. I mean, I'm just being honest. And I'm not the only, you attack me, but why ain't you attacking the Pentagon? Huh? Why ain't you sissies out there attacking the Pentagon? You're attacking me, one little dude, trying to do all this by himself. You're attacking me. But the guys that came out on TV and told you idiots, if you attack us or our citizens in America, that you are going to be attacked. But they won't attack them, nah, because they'll get their asses stomped and killed. So they attack the people that don't have protection. They don't protect us. Right? They don't dare they'll go after me before they go after the Pentagon. Right? Yeah, they're putting, look at Bryington came in. First, second of the Big Ten. I rest my case. They're Big Ten. They're bringing in basketball and football and sports into it. People are going to be dropping like flies here real soon. And these people are more worried about the Big Ten. Effing country you're going to have piles of bodies everywhere. And they're worried about the Big Ten. That's funny. When this shit is going down, they're going to be going, what is going on, man? And they'll be talking about the Big Ten basketball tournament. That's funny. I'm sorry, but that's funny. They're more worried about the Big Ten than the Delphi case in the country. Folks, the magic man is going to tell you everything is fine in America and nothing's going to change. Right? The head honcho wizard, the head warlock is going to, everything is fine in America as people are dying. We've been through this numerous times, folks. Numerous times, and now I got to break away. For one, what did they do? They brought God into the government. God and government don't go together, and the Bible said that. And now these people, these government people, we're under God. You can't be. You can't play the game on two sides. Either you're for God or you're for government. And I think after this escapade of all this madness, I think my time of voting is done. Unless you put Jesus Christ on the ballot, I don't think I'm going to vote again. You just can't pay me enough. You don't give us nothing. God dang it, they were giving free tacos out in New York. When you go vote, you give us nothing, you're not going to get nothing. And there is talk now, massive people switching over to independence and just getting away from this two-headed beast, Republican, Democrat, child game. These are adults, 70-year-old men acting like teenagers, fighting. All of them. Put Jesus on the ballot, then I'll vote. I think I'm done. The only one that suffered was me. I have no idea what these people have done, but I want redemption. I want to make sure they and we're tired of these people. Well, when you were a kid, you were playing spin the bottle. You stole the candy. We're tired of these people bringing up people's past from when they were kids and made mistakes. if that's all you got, please pack your stuff up and leave America. Right? 1974, you stole a piece of candy out of. Shut up. Shut up. I was a kid. Shut up. And actually, we can sue these people because they're bringing up past of minors when you did stuff as a minor, which was not supposed to be released. So, I mean, there's tons of lawsuits. There's tons of madness coming to America. I hope they're ready for it. I don't know what to say, right? Debbie, I guess you're going to have to go to jail because you ripped the head off of a Barbie doll in 1979. I'm sorry. No, 20 years. 20 years. No, I don't care if it was your Barbie doll, right? Well, that's what these people do, right? They ain't got nothing else, so they bring up your past records or whatever. Right? You spit on the sidewalk, Johnny, in 1976. Right? 10 years old. You were a criminal back then. Idiots. We're going to do away with your politics. We're doing away with your laws. We're doing away with your madness in America. We're going to have laws, but not the laws they have. And there will be peace in America, and everybody will be restored to what they were. I want my six-pack back. I want my muscles back. I want what brain I had left back. I want my talent and my anointings back, and I want Satan stomped on. Exactly that. I want Satan smashed under thy foot. In Jesus' name. Amen. Now, you folks have a great day. Be safe. I got to do some stuff around here and get to doing some stuff. You folks have a great day. I'll talk to you all later. God bless. And you've been watching the Johnny Kramer Music Movie Channel, where you're free to say whatever you want here. And you folks have your own opinions, and that's up to you. Lord, thanks for another day. All glory goes to God. Amen. And Jesus, Savior of everything. And we'll see you folks next Delphi video or video. And if the jury's listening out there hears this, hang out for a month. You're getting paid. Get some free food. If you need some good food, make sure you call and have them deliver out some Patilios for you guys. But they did the old sleight of hand, and we're going to be sending all this sickness and madness back to these people. I know they're all mad. You said, yeah, but shut up. Shut up, devil. Just shut up, you witch, you devil. You folks have a great day. God bless.